Yo, guys, what's up, man? It's your main man, Double H, half to that hope. This is a Ronaldinho jersey, by the way, a Ronaldinho number 10 jersey. So, again, when guys join in, I just need you to tell me whether or not the sound is good. So, if the sound is good, holler at your boy. That's all I need to do. Just as long as the sound is good, then we're ready to go, man. Just make sure that the sound is good, because I want this to be a full on live Q and A. Because obviously the weekly Q and As are gonna come back again. But I want this thing to be a bit where rolling your questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And as if good, and I've got here some hummus to get me there. They're not paying me, but Star Beer. There we go. Hello, Boss Bum from Canada. Hello, how are you? Originally from Iraq. So I'm waiting to answer all the other guys come. Um, look, I just wanted just to wear the basket because my friend, my Japanese amigo gave this to me, and this then the number 10 Ronaldinho jersey. So I just said, you know what? Let me get. And also, I'm trying to save up money for the Ronaldo 98 World Cup jersey. Because then again, guys, tell me, what jerseys do you think are essentials? Because I'm thinking, I want the Ronaldo 98 jersey. I want the Del Piero Juventus jersey. I want the Finidi George Ajax jersey. What jerseys? Maldini AC Milan, Seedorf AC Milan as well. Um, Riquelme Boca Juniors. I think those are the essentials that I definitely want. Maybe Vieri Lazio or Vieri Italy. So George Weah AC Milan for sure. I need that in my life. I need that in my life. Um, so that'll be interesting, man. So um now, so we were pretty much discussing the look, we're now in the quarterfinal stage now, and then there were eight, and this has truly been an amazing World Cup, because I always said, let's wait until the knockouts come. Let's wait until the knockouts come before we really try and christen this on anything. But I think even if these knockouts somehow dip, the World Cup has been so crazy, so entertaining, and I think VR has actually been so potent in adding to the excitement, that I think already we can already say that this has already been perhaps the best one that we've ever had by far. So I'm excited. I'm excited. So what quarterfinals are you guys looking forward to the most? Because we have two potential classics on Friday. I don't know if it's estimated, but Friday is crazy. You know, we have two um potential classics on Friday, which is damn crazy. No, I'm eating hummus and pita bread. Lovely. So, and this is one of the greatest beers of all time. This is a Nigerian beer called Star Beer. So, guys, let's just talk, man. Who's gonna win this whole thing? Because I still don't know. I still don't know. Yes, I have a stutter. That's from my dad. So blame my dad. I inherited his stutter. So I'm sorry. I mean, that's not going to change. That's just who I am. Um, Look, man, Tariq, France are going to be tested against Uruguay. Like Mbappe, the young boy, is definitely going to get tested against Uruguay, because Uruguay are a team, man. Uruguay are a serious man. Uruguay are not a joke. Uruguay are not a joke. So, um, like, I'm still thinking, but for me, I'm slowly leaning towards Uruguay in that game, because I just think that's like Uruguay are men. Uruguay are an official team. So it's going to be too much for them to handle. But let's see. Like, if France come through Uruguay, that will show me that this team has serious, because Uruguay is a test. Portugal failed it with flying colors. Uruguay are a serious test. What's this? Nah, man. Corona is good, but this is the greatest beer of all time. Justice, I'm sorry. This is the greatest beer of all time. Star beer. You have this ice cold, greatest of all time. But if we speak, I don't know whether we've got any Croatians in this hangout, but if you talk to a lot of Croatians, they say that they play much better when they're underdogs. When they're playing a better team, they play much better. But when they're playing a team that are inferior to them and they're actually the favorites, then that's how um that's how they struggle. AFC fan, I'm not sure. Look, maybe there must be some places that are buy, but basically it's called Star Beer, premium quality Star Beer. That's the one. I mean, look, Croatia. Look, Croatia have been doing good. I mean, if Croatia can, like, Croatia are the best team on the right side of the draw. You know, England have some good quality and young, but Croatia are the most talented team and the best team on the right side of the draw. So, based on talent, Croatia should make the final. But football doesn't work that way. Football isn't about talent. It's who wants it on that given day. Like there was Spain. I mean, Russia had no business beating Spain. No business beating Spain. But look who's through. Sweden had no business topping a group with Mexico and Germany. But look what happened. This is the World Cup where things will go to plan. England have no business winning a penalty shootout. What happened? They won a penalty shootout. So this is a crazy World Cup. But I mean, guys, I'll tell you right now, man. I'm really excited about Belgium next. I keep saying Belgium, Mexico. I'm really excited about Belgium, Brazil. I'm really, really excited about Belgium, Brazil. I mean, that is something that I'm really into, man. Um, yes, it's a Ronaldinho top. Who wins Ballon d'Or this year? That's a great question. You know what? The, you said it. Musab Musabi, you're on it. I think the person with the biggest chance is Modric. Instrumental in Real Madrid's Champions League win. Still perhaps Real Madrid's best player. If Modric can inspire Croatia to a final, I think that'll be enough. Semi-final, I think they'll still probably give it to Cristiano or Messi or some weird thing. But if Modric can inspire Croatia to a World Cup final, then I'm going to say definitely Croatia. No, sorry, definitely. I think Modric should. Well, again, I don't know how these things are done, but Modric for sure. But we got Neymar. You know, he's a name. He's a big name. If Neymar inspires, but look, guys, something tells me, like when I just look at how this World Cup is going, something just tells me that this World Cup is against narratives. I can't shake the feeling that we're going to get a winner from the right side of the draw. I have a strong feeling that we're going to get a winner from the right side of the draw. That it's either going to be England or a first-time winner. So they're going to be England or a first-time winner. So just something just tells me that based on how this World Cup has been going, that we are going to get someone on the right side of the draw. Um. So what's so Roberto Gallo, Juve fan, shout out to him. He follows me on Instagram and just says some things, man. So apparently he's saying that apparently it's a done deal of Cristiano to gosh, what's this thing not working? He said that it's a done deal of Cristiano to thingy magic to Juventus. Cristiano to Juventus, which would be look, that's crazy. That's something we've definitely got to discuss. But what's really been interesting, man. I mean, because again, I put out that Messi Cristiano vid, and it's very interesting seeing the responses. But that's why I want to get to the bottom of this, and I just need to understand this. Um, how are you a great without scoring a goal in a World Cup knockout? I just need someone to explain that to me. Messi and Cristiano are some of the greatest goal scorers that we've ever seen with incredible numbers 91 goals in a calendar year. Cristiano, the top Champions League goal scorer of all time. How are you unable to score a goal in World Cup knockouts? I don't understand that. So I want you guys to explain that to me. That confuses me. That seriously confuses me. That they're unable to do that. You know? So MB, you're only as good as the service you'll get. Interesting. Interesting. When Forlan scored that free kick for Uruguay from a tight angle, how much service did he get? When Ronaldo scored that goal in 2002, where he pretty much ran like a third of the pitch all by himself, how much service did he get? When Yerry Mina scored that clutch goal in the 94th minute, was that a quality cross? I'm just being real. You know? I'm just being real. Nello M, salutes, man. Thank you for the donations. Remember, guys, if you want to donate, help the boy, and you want to put something in the super chat for your boy Double H, feel free to leave a donation in the super chat. We'll be very, very much obliged, man. Double H, peace out. But that's just what we know. Is like, because I'm a man of truth. I try to pick through objectivity. As I always said, there's no excuse how Ronaldo has not won any Champions Leagues. As I say fully, yeah, look, he didn't win any Champions Leagues. So I've never called Ronaldo the greatest. I've always said that Ronaldo, for me, he is the best footballer I've ever seen in my life. I just think he's the best footballer I've ever seen. I don't think there's been a footballer better than him. But when we talk about greats, I look at Pele, look at Maradona. Because when I say great, I need you to attain greatness both for club and country. I don't get how people pick and choose. So I should only focus on what Messi, Cristiano have done for club. I should ignore what they've done internationally. Because there has to be sort of like similarity and parity. So you've got Champions League, highest form of club, and they've got the World Cup, highest form of international. But people say, no. Forget about the World Cup because they have a weakness. Just focus on club football. Fair enough. Messi, best club football player of all time. Cristiano Ronaldo, best club goal scorer of all time. But to call them the greatest, I need to combine club and international. I'm sorry, that's to be called unequivocally the greatest. I've got to combine club and international. I've got to do that. I've got to do that. You know. Um, Funny when you say Pele played when football was easier. You realize that you only got yellow carded by literally committing assault on a player. You realize that he got kicked out of the 1962 World Cup. I want to see whether Messi would survive back in the day when guys were physical, rougher, and would literally bully you on a football pitch. Cristiano may survive because he's more stronger. Messi would have his legs broken. Messi would literally have his legs broken. That's why Maradona was such a trick because Maradona was very tough. He was short, but the guy was very, very tough. You know? Um yeah. So Fuji Plant Todd says, you said Mbappe is better than Messi at 19, but why don't you ever mention other players that he's better than, like Cristiano? Sorry, why is it specifically Messi? Oh no, and no, the reason why I said this is I don't know. No, come on. Messi at 19 was better than Cristiano, Suarez, or anybody at 19. Come on. He was like when Messi, I'm sorry, are you going to tell me that Cristiano was on the same level as Messi at 19? I remember Cristiano at 19. He wasn't Messi at 19. No way. So the reason why I said this is because in recent memory, the best 19-year-old I can think of was Messi. So I said, you know what, I'm going to one up here and say, nah, man, Mbappe, greater football intelligence, greater for football IQ, greater understanding, and just plays far more mature at 19 than Messi did at 9 and 19. That's just me being real. You know, that's just me being real. You know, so what's happening here? Super chats. Um, Ramsey, did you feel sad seeing Swiss lose? Sort of, not really, because to be honest, I've not lived in Geneva for God. I lived in Geneva almost 20 years ago. So it's been a long. I think I was in Geneva. I lived in Geneva 97 to 98 because it was during the World Cup 98. So I've not been in Geneva for a long time. So my connection to the Swiss has been long, long time. But again, whenever I just see Swiss, I'm like, oh wow, I remember that time when I was really young and I lived in Geneva, but it's been a long, long, long time. Could Mbappe get a hat trick in El Clasico? As I've always said, I don't know because he doesn't play for Real Madrid or Barcelona, so I don't know what that comment's supposed to mean. But at the same time, the World Cup for me, I feel, is a higher degree of difficulty. It's far more difficult. So I'll roll with that. Dashin, Double H, what's your thoughts on Higuain to Chelsea under Sarri's system? I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. Higuain flourished under Sarri. Higuain is, I believe, at club level at least, because he's a brick internationally. Higuain is a far better finisher than Morata. Morata might be better at football, but I just think as a pure striker, Higuain is better. And I think Higuain, with Hazard in behind him, I think would be really interesting and another creative guy. I'll still roll with Messi. I don't care how old he is. I'll still roll with him. Um, Century of battles. Who will be the next three Ballon d'Or winners besides from Messi and Christina? I mean, you've got to look at Neymar. I think Mbappe is destined for one if he keeps fit and he keeps playing. But you've got to look at Neymar. You could look at Hazard. I think I'm looking at Neymar. That's why I'm loving the Belgium Brazil game because I think that Belgium Brazil game you're seeing who I believe are going to be the two next big dons right now. So the Messi and Cristiano, they're getting the hell out of it. They're yesterday's news. I think the World Cup has shown that Messi and Cristiano, they're yesterday's news. That it doesn't matter how much they pack the stat sheets out with you, they're old news. It's time for new blood. And I think and people say, oh, Hazard 27, that's not new blood. He's still younger than Cristiano and thingy. Because when I mean new blood, I mean like with the current guys now at 27, Hazard is at his peak. Beyond 30, you're not relevant anymore. So I just think Messi and Cristiano, man, get the hell out of there. Your old news. So you can keep those your idols out there. I like to make things fresh. I'm about being current. Messi and Cristiano are not current news. They're old news. Current news is Neymar, it's Dembele, it's Mbappe, it's Hazard, it's De Bruyne. That's current news. Um, it's Tam, the dude from Leverkusen, quality the defender. John Stones, who I think can do something. Maguire, all these dudes. Okay, does Rashford have the potential to be world class? I don't think so. I think Rashford's ceiling is being a really good player. Um, but world class, no. I don't think he has the ability that Dembele, Mbappe, Neymar, Coutinho have. I think those guys are on a whole other level. Especially like Rashford's ceiling is tier two. Rashford isn't big. He can't go beyond tier two. Tier two is a max. Like if Rashford max out, it's tier two. He can't sniff to tier one. Can't sniff it. No, can't do it. Double H. What do you think of Argentina's alleged approach for Pep? Um, it's funny you say that because I was first of all I think it's a bad move because Pep needs specific players. And when you're international, you can't buy specific places. You will only pick from the countries. But it's funny you say that because I was earlier today, I was watching the Argentina 2016. And specifically, I was watching Ray Riquelme. Do you know how good that team was? I believe if Guardiola managed the 2006 Argentina team, they'd probably win the World Cup. First of all, there's no way he takes off Ray Kelme in that game against Germany. And I just think that Pep's philosophy was perfectly suited to that team because that team was an incredible pass and move team. The pass and movement of that team was off the chain. Just look at that goal they scored against Serbia. And I keep saying this to people. One of the best through balls I've ever seen in my life was Riquelme's through ball to Saviola. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So what are you guys saying? Bale Ballon d'Or from Vipap Samaga, no. Bale is never winning a Ballon d'Or. He'd be high, but Bale never be winning a Ballon d'Or. WH, have you been on the Alps and climbed Utselberg? I'm Nigerian. I don't do mountains or hiking, man. Sorry. That's not how I live. Um, so look, man, I'm not really a big Instagram guy, man. So I just really use I saw you like if you need to contact me, I wouldn't advise Instagram, man. Always contact me on Twitter, either Twitter or email me. Email the boy or tweet the boy. Instagram is not really my thing. I just use that as like a side thing just to post a few vids. But I'm gonna be doing more Instagram vids for sure. I want to put as much content out there as possible. Giovanni Pablo, how good was Scholes? Scholes was tight. Schools was that I've always said that I would take Schools over Lampard and Gerrard. Like Schools was quality, but again, he never did it internationally. He never shone at a World Cup or a Euro. But again, quality player. Same thing with Messi and Cristiano. Quality player. Cristiano again. How people put Cristiano and Messi in the same category footballing wise amazes me. It's like if people either don't know football or they've never played for football. And I always use the example of a park. If you go out in a park, bring me the Cristiano of from Man United. If you go out in a park, you cannot honestly tell me that Cristiano is better than Messi. If you go out in a park, you will obviously view Messi as the best player on the park easily. Easily. So it baffles me how people compare them. Craziness. Yeah. Will you have another break door? Yeah. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen for sure. It's gonna happen. So, so Akuma's deception. Rashford over Jesus. What is people's issue with Jesus? So is people's issues with Jesus that you're a Liverpool supporter and you want Firmino or because he doesn't score? Are you seeing the kind of football that Jesus is playing? Jesus is ridiculously talented. Don't you tell me that Firmino is in the same conversation as Jesus as a footballer? But beyond that, it's about getting the team to work. Jesus is on the same wavelength as Neymar and Coutinho, and that is critical for Tite. It's about getting the team to work. Screw everything else. But just making sure that the team works, man. Come on, man. Chief Hunden, will Uruguay two strikers be good against France? It will be, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that's good. That French to defense worries me. I don't think it's resolute, and I don't think Umtiti and Varane have been. Look, you consider 3Gs against Argentina, who are trash. So if you consider 3Gs against Argentina, who didn't play like a striker, they played like a false nine. What are you going to do when you actually face two strikers? But the key thing is see if Cavani is fit, that's going to be a tough game for France, man. But if Cavani isn't fit and he doesn't play, and all they have to contend with is the cannonball, then maybe they can do something. Where was Robin in the 2010 finals? Where was Cristiano and Messi in the 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018? Okay, there you go. Century of Battles, best Premier League player is Hazard. Hazard is the best Premier League player. As far as just footballing talent, he's the best Premier League player. That's without a shadow of a doubt. Will you do a live stream on IG? Yeah, man. I'll probably do that as well, man. I'll probably do that as well because I don't know whether many people use the gram that much, but yeah, I'll probably roll in with the gram. I need to also do my cooking show. The cooking show is coming. The cooking show is coming. It's going to come, and I will be showing you, how I get down, how I get down, how I get down. So yeah, man, the cooking show is definitely going to be coming up very, very soon. Rahimski, Neuer in his prime or Casillas in his prime? I have to go with Casillas. For me, I think Neuer is the better keeper overall, but I think Casillas was more clutch in his prime because again, you have to look at the World Cup final and you have to look at some of the penalty saves. And you have to look at like people really forget how important Casillas was to Spain during their run because the guy made some critical saves, as in critical saves. So Casillas in his prime was something else. Just that overall, I told him Neuer. I think Neuer may. I think that the Neuer may go down as the greatest keeper of all time. I think he may go down as the greatest keeper of all time. Um, Paul Sagata, do you think Juve will get Cristiano and Martial this summer? I'm not sure about Martial. I never really had that on the radar. But if Juventus gets Cristiano and Martial, that would be huge. That would be extremely huge if they get those dudes. Remember, guys, man, give your boy a super chat, man. That was good. Hummus, man. Hummus and pita bread. Yeah. Sanky Tank. Can Modric get Ballon d'Or? Why not? Why not? He can. He definitely can. Are you telling me that? I'm not saying it's going to happen. Are you telling me that if Modric leads Croatia to a World Cup final or World Cup victory, he doesn't get the Ballon d'Or? Are you insane? Come on. Like the Ballon d'Or is already stupid and already rejected. But I think if they do that, then you then know that look, okay, these guys are obviously very funny and corrupt. Um, yeah, man, I should be doing Fan Pack live this coming season. I definitely not. I think that's is definitely the plan to be doing more of the Fan Pack stuff. So you will be seeing me there. Um, you see, look at this clown. Messi was better than Robin in 2014. Please remind me, what did Messi do in the semi-final and final? Guys, your idols ain't that good, man. Okay, Messi is a really good quality football player. He ain't that good. Because if you were that good, you would have had at least one World Cup where you were great. Messi has had four World Cups now. Okay, I'm going to give him three. Because 2006 he was young. So 2010, 2014, 2018, you've had three World Cups. And in not a single one, he didn't shine. So you're the greatest, and in not one World Cup where you seen as out and out the best player of that tournament. Get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. It's coming home. Maybe it might be coming home, man. Rahimski, however, will Netherlands return as a powerhouse in the next decade? Um, it's about who's coming through. I look at the Netherlands team and I think they're going through the doldrums down where they don't have talent. I just think there's a lack of talent right now, and that just happens. So I think we need to look at the Euro qualifiers and just see where their talent lies there and whether they've got enough talent around there. But I think as of right now, I don't think they have the. If you don't have the players, you don't have the players. So you can have the best coach in the world. If you're not producing a Seedorf, a Bergkamp, a Clive, a De Boer, then that's a bit difficult. So interesting. Mark Chitembo. Is this Belgium's last chance to win this generation? No. Belgium's last chance to win a major trophy is the Euros. I believe Hazard will be 29. And I think a lot of their guys will still be late 20s, mid to late 20s, early-ish 30s, and so forth. I think Messi may be 33. That is the last Dortmund. I think 4 years' time, a lot of their key players will be deep into their 30s. So you really have to have your key players 27, 28, 29. So I think Euros will be the last one. But I told you, man, Belgium can get it. Belgium can get that ass. Belgium can get that ass. Again, Brazil for sure. Like Brazil are not a team that invokes fear. And this will be Brazil's toughest test. Because Mexico were, This will be Brazil's toughest test. You're facing a front line. So, one. Issues. What do you think of Charlemagne? Oh, very informative. I mean, have you read his book? Really good book. I read his book, Black Privilege. Really good book. So yeah, no, very, very, very interesting guy. Controversial, but very interesting guy. So, Patrice Hoggins, tell me, why is the park allegory so stupid? Please explain to me. Because for me, that is the best allegory to say how someone is a better footballer or not. If you're playing in the park and you see both Cristiano and Messi playing, 10 times out of 10, you will say, man, yeah, Messi was the best player on that pitch based on what he's doing over 90 minutes. It's as simple as that. Like how people say Cristiano is even in the same league as Messi for footballing wise is crazy. It's craziness. I told you the debates and the whole thing. It's a myth. It's a myth. If we're talking goal scoring, fair enough. But if we're talking about footballing ability, it's a myth. You know, it's a myth. So Ola Oladipo. I don't care whether what see I really don't care what Messi and Cristiano now do like in the club. So you flop yet at a World Cup and you're going to score 80 goals again in the season and win another Champions League. And why? What's that supposed to mean to me right now? I told you like I can't ignore you flopping at the biggest competition. So stack the stat sheets. Do it. Fair enough. But you've consistently flopped at the biggest competition in the world. So again, like, if you do it, I will congratulate you. I will analyze you. I will still say, great, well done. I will tip my hat to you, but I will never call you a great. Never. But I will always applaud what you've done because you always have to be objective and applaud what people do club wise, international wise. Um, Lokman, Hardcore Barca TV, HH, my dad says Russia might win the World Cup. The teams I'm looking at winning this World Cup, I'm looking at Uruguay, I'm looking at England, I'm looking at Russia. I think if a team from the left is going to win it, I've just got a funny feeling about Uruguay. And but I've got a stronger feeling. I'm looking at either England or Russia to win it. You know, like as I've always said, if England make the final, they don't get beat. England will look. England have a 100% record at World Cup final. So, um, there's something about Russia. Like there's something about Russia. There's some like Russia coming through Spain. Like maybe they've got the spirit with them. Maybe they've got the spirit. Let's see what they do against Croatia. Let's do it against Croatia. King is Hurricane world class. You see, Kane is world class. As a striker, I'm gonna say I'm saying he's a world class striker. But for me, I look at this World Cup and this World Cup doesn't show me that okay, Harry Kane is this amazing striker. Like I think if you look at his goals, and let's just be real, apart from the Tunisia game where he scored two quality goals, three penalties and a deflection. That's just being real. And that's not me hating Kane, three penalties and a deflection. A goal is a goal, but it's different from the kind of goals that Folland was scoring at the World Cup, that Suke was scoring at the World Cup, or Ronaldo was scoring at the 98 and the 2002 World Cup. I think Ronaldo only scored one penalty in the 98 and 2002. All of his goals came from open play. So, that's the thing, man. Which manager do you prefer, Mourinho or Guardiola? Joe Nathan. Um, I prefer Mourinho for his personality. I think the better coach, for us coaching, the better player coach who can really coach and improve a player is Guardiola easily. But who do I prefer? Which is what the question was. Is Mourinho just for his personality? Guardiola just I don't know. Jay Lings will never, ever, ever in his entire life be tier one. So please, he'll never be tier one. But I do respect JJ Lings. What's it called? Isn't it this? What's it called? Jay Lings. No, no, no. I like JJ Lings, but I like him. Thoughts on who will win Premier League next season? If Man City buy fresher players, so if Man City gets another wing back, they get another striker, a good striker. I don't see anybody getting past man. The only like for me, I think the closest to City is going to be Liverpool because I think Liverpool have bought very well this summer. United have not bought anything this summer, so I don't know what they're playing at. Chelsea needs to wait who their new manager is going to be. Tottenham, they don't have it in them to win a Premier League, and Arsenal are Arsenal. So I don't think they're in the conversation. Um, who do you think the World Cup final will be? Okay, if you're just going to ask me that right now, Brazil, England. If you're just going to ask me that right now, I think World Cup final is probably going to be Brazil against England. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. What do you think of Neymar's constant diving? He's doing it because he's doing it to try and annoy you people. That's why he's doing it. He's doing it to try to be annoying. That is why he's doing. He's trying to piss you off, and it's working. You know, it's working. He's doing it to try and then piss you guys off. Remember, guys, if you desperately want your question answered, because there are a lot of these things to go through, but if you want me to view your question, use the super chat. It's your choice. But if you desperately, only if you desperately want your question answered and you want me to see it, use the super chat. And then that's how I'll be able to see it. So let me continue to scroll through. If Belgium wins the World Cup, can Kevin win the Ballon d'Or? It depends, though. It depends. I'm not sure whether De Bruyne has done enough over the World Cup. I think De Bruyne has made clutch moments, but I don't think he's been a consistent performer across the Ballon d'Or. I think Hazard has perhaps been much more all-rounded, consistently better than De Bruyne. So unless he literally balls out of his life, the quarters, semis, and final, I don't think, guys, man, I'm excited. I'm really, really, really excited about this Belgium Brazil game. I mean, guys, Friday's going to be crazy. Friday's going to be so great. I don't hope that what I think Uruguay France is going to be tight. I think that's going to be a tight game. You know, I think that game could go all the way. I think that game could definitely go all the way to probably penalty. I think that's going to be a very tight game. I definitely that game going into extra time for sure. Belgium, Brazil, I think that gets sorted out in 90, either in 90 or definitely in extra time. But yeah, man, it's going to be cool. Um, mm, Messi can't turn Spanish; he's already Argentine, so can't do anything like that. Truepark 76, thank you very much. Yes, I do my best to give you guys good content. And look, man, Sweden, don't sleep on Sweden. I think England would be very foolish to overestimate them. England are the favorites in that game. But for me, I believe the best manager of this tournament has easily been Anderson. The Swedish manager has produced tactical masterclasses. You know, he has produced tactical masterclasses, and I think that he's got a plan for England. He's got a plan. He studied them. The team has studied them, so I think they've got a strategic plan for them. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Anderson sets his team up to defend and to attack against England. I think that's definitely going to be fascinating to watch. Um, yeah, Croatia have an amazing chance to win. I think this this is Croatia's best chance to get to the World Cup final because remember in '98 you faced the hosts. You know, whenever you faced the hosts and and it was France. Even if France had never won the World Cup, it's still France. It's Russia. I think that French team is easily superior to this Russian team. But as I said to people, man, host nation is big time. That Russia Croatia game can go either way. And I told you, Croatia don't do well against teams that are inferior to them. You know, so that's why, because of that, and the fact that Russia are host nations, Russia can very easily win that game. So I think that's. I mean, the more I think about it, man, I'm leaning towards Russia being in a World Cup semi-final. You know, I think Russia could definitely be playing a World Cup semi-final. Um, all right, let's see what's popping in here. All right, so this is a super chat. So this is from Dean Classic. Closest club to Real Madrid, AC Milan or Barcelona? Now, in terms of what, let me just try and guess that. If we're talking as of right now, Barcelona, as in quality. But if we're talking about historically, overall, easily AC Milan. As in, when you look at what AC Milan have done historically, their pedigree in the Champions League in Europe and in Italy, and just the brand name. easily because I think remember like if we're talking everything, we have to talk about history. Barcelona's history doesn't compare to AC Milan's history. AC Milan may be bricks now, but AC Milan's history is like the only history that can be comparable to Real Madrid is AC Milan's. That's the only one. Hence why it is so egregious what they've been doing now. Barcelona truly high success has come within the last decade or so through the whole Guardiola thing. But as far as history, 70s, 60s, 80s, and so forth, Barcelona ain't there. So I think the closest thing to Real Madrid is AC Milan. But I just think with Madrid winning those three Champions Leagues in a row, man, yeah, man. I warned guys, so don't let Real Madrid win three in a row because I don't think in my lifetime anybody's going to catch up to Real Madrid. You know, I don't think anybody's going to catch up with all of those Champions League titles, man. So yeah, thanks for the super chat. Remember, if you want a desperate question to be answered, man, hit your boy with a super chat, a super chat. Um, let's keep going, man. Let's see what else guys are saying. Um, have Sweden and Argentina shown that having a star player like Ibra or Messi can be detrimental? Yeah, for sure. As I've always said, I think it, it's different cases. Ibrahimovic, I think that he forces the entire team to play for him and around him, and he changes the way a team plays. And I think that Sweden are far better the way that they are without Ibrahimovic than they are with Ibrahimovic. I think Ibrahimovic works for a PSG or at least like a team that already has big ego players. And with regards to Messi, I told you Messi just bought into his own ego. He bought into his own hype. And I think if Messi was given a specific role, told him, Messi, what the hell are you doing in central midfield? This isn't you're not playing Elche or Getafe. Okay, this isn't La Liga. This is the World Cup. Get the hell out of central midfield and leave that to Banega or call. I told you, I'm not joking. Call Riquelme. Call Riquelme. So I told him, man, Messi, man, mate, you bought into your own hype. You weren't that great because if you were that great, you would have been able to play all positions and make something happen for Argentina. So man, get out of here, man. The hell out of here, man. Hackers, do you think France can reach the finals? That's interesting. I don't think France can reach the finals. They can reach the finals. Will they reach the finals? That's a whole different kettle of fish. I that's hard to say whether they can reach the finals, man. You because if they go through Uruguay, you're gonna have to face either Brazil or Belgium, and that's tough. I told you, whoever gets to that final will have gone through some serious stuff, like a flipping minefield. But I just don't feel France. They don't give me that vibe of okay, these guys can win the World Cup. Um, like I don't know. I feel something about Russia. I feel something about England. I think England and Russia. I feel something. And I feel something about Uruguay. I think those are guys where they give me that feeling of like, okay, yeah, these guys have that World Cup winning mentality. Um, oh, really? Shaqiri is having his medical at Liverpool tomorrow. So is this actually true? Look, if this is true, man, Liverpool may have won the summer. You know, if these guys are going to get Naby Keita, they filled on Fekir, they got Fabinho, they're going to get Shaqiri as well. So Liverpool are looking very tasty. Liverpool are looking very, very tasty indeed. Um, I grew up as a teenager in the 90s when Islam was the best team in the world and Syria was the best league in the world in all the 90s. Yeah, same. W, do you think Harry Maguire should be playing for a Champions League club? Let's see what he does. I think Maguire has definitely impressed. I think a lot of people are looking at Maguire and say, wait a minute, this is a defender. He's good on the ball. He's good in the air. He's tough, built like a truck, strong. Can't it's very hard to move him around. He knows, is defensively aware. So I think people are definitely keeping their eye on him. And I think if he continues his quality, I think Leicester City will find it very hard to really keep him. They find it very, very hard to keep him. Um, who do you give the Ballon d'Or? How who do you give the Ballon d'Or to as of right now? I'll give it to Modric. As of right now, I'll give it to Modric based on what he's done so far for our club and country. As I said again, he's Real Madrid's best player, and he has been crucial for Croatia. And I think arguably he's probably been the best player at the World Cup. So I think let's just see what Croatia do, man. But I think Modric, man, he's been doing his thing, man. He's been doing his thing. I think got another super chat here, man. Um, from Adage 3, can Naby Keita become a Liverpool legend? No. Okay, it's very simple. Can he? Possibly. Will he? I don't think so. No. I think what Naby Keita can be is a very important player for Liverpool. Because a legend is a big thing, because you're talking about on the level of Gerrard, on the level of Robbie Fowler, and so forth, Dalglish. So, but I think Naby Keita has a very specific role. Because I think when you're looking at a legend, you're looking at a guy that really transcends or really plays up to that level. I think Naby Keita can be like, I think the best you can hope for him is a very respected player, Kante. Kante, like, is Kante going to end up being called a Chelsea legend? I don't think so. That's is for Drogba and for Zola. But I think Kante will be known as, like, no, this was one of our best signings and a very important and respected player. So that's what I think he'll be. Um, let's see. So this is from Numen. Have you heard about Barcelona's transfer target Alpha? What's your opinions on him? I did a video on him, and I think he may be a guy brought in to be the replacement for um, Iniesta. I don't think he's on the level of Iniesta. I think he's all right. I think he's all right. He's very good on the ball. And I think that they need that bulk in midfield. So, but he's no Iniesta. He's no Iniesta. But saying that, man, let's see Coutinho in a full season, because Coutinho is very different from Iniesta, and I think Coutinho may make Barcelona a lot more attacking. So I'm very interested to see how Coutinho and Messi link up and how they really combine it together. Um, Jeff, I wouldn't say Kante is far better than Keita. I think that's stretching it a bit too much. Kante is far better than Keita. I think that's stretching it a bit too much. Um, look, man, I'm still live, man, guys. I'm still live, man. I mean, we're gonna try and go for an hour. We're gonna try and go for an hour, man. I wanna try and give you all some nice content there, some nice content there. Medical tomorrow. Is that Cristiano? So apparently Cristiano's gonna have a medical tomorrow. Interesting. Um, no, Dean Classic. I did read your super chat. What was it? I'm calling. Wait, show the super chat again. It was it. Oh, sorry. Okay, here we go. If Zizou wins the World Cup, wow. So Dean Classic again. Thanks for the super chat. Now, if Zidane wins the World Cup as a manager, basically Beckenbauer status, but if Zidane wins the World Cup as a manager, I will say he's the greatest football faker of all time. If Zidane dares wins the World Cup as a manager, he is the greatest football individual of all time. He will have surpassed everybody, and I will call him the Golden Horse. I'll actually have to create a new category. I'll say that's it. These are the four horsemen. This is the Golden Horseman. This is the Golden Horseman. That would be ridiculous. Because Beckenbauer has done great, but Beckenbauer ends Zizou. So if Zizou gets a World Cup as a manager, Golden Horseman. Easily Golden Horseman, because won the World Cup as a player, won the Euros as a player, 3 Champions League as a role as a manager, won the Champions League as a player, scoring the greatest goal ever in a Champions League final, perhaps the Champions League full stop. Guys, look, man, Zizou is not a joke. I told you, man. Don't bring Messi and Cristiano into this conversation. I told Zizou is on a whole other level to look, get those guys out of here, man. Please get those guys the hell out of here. Um, that's true. But Sweden beating England isn't an upset, because Sweden have beaten England many times before, so they're very closely matched. So Sweden beating England is not really an upset. All right, so we've got another super chat from Ola or Oladapo. Uh Ronaldinho, Ronaldinho and Mara club flops based on your World Cup views. Oh, Maradona, Ronaldinho, and now Ronaldo. Okay, sorry, well, Ronaldo. Um, you could argue that Ronaldo is a club flop because he didn't win the Champions League, but at the same time, people considered him perhaps the greatest footballer talent ever seen. Like Ronaldo before his knee injury was the best footballer I've ever seen in my life, ever in my life. So that's the crazy thing because people say, okay, what Messi does and everything. Ronaldo before his knee injury was frightening, as in one of the most frightening sporting sights ever seen. Speed, power, technique, ability. So I think once a guy is was so talented, so scarily talented, I think that's almost supersedes everything. And how can Maradona be a club flop when he won two league titles with Napoli? Napoli have only won two league titles in their entire history. In the entire history, and that came because of Maradona. Sorry, man. That's so. Look, I mean, that's just being huge. So look, um, Neymar or Hazard. If you asked me that a year ago, easily Neymar. That's why I want this Belgium Brazil game, and I want all of these guys to be fully fit, both Hazard and Neymar, because I mean I can't categorically say that Neymar is better than Hazard. I mean, sue me. I cannot categorically say that Neymar is better than Hazard. Because Hazard has been playing some serious football right now. So I mean, maybe Hazard is slightly better. Adaj, okay, Adaj, let's see. You say you say that he's way better. Then let's see, man. So no, it's not about being a douche or anything. Let's just see when they both meet because I'll tell you this right now. If Belgium beats Brazil and Hazard overshadows Neymar, Neymar has to take a step back. So Friday is huge. Friday is huge. I need these guys to be fit. I need these guys to be fit and fresh. You know, I need these guys to be fully fit and fresh. Um, that is interesting. Do you think Ronaldo is better than Ronaldinho at dribbling? It's funny you say this because I was actually watching videos of both of them, both Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. And in my view, Ronaldo was a better dribbler than Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho had much more. Ronaldinho did the craziest things. Ronaldinho did some of the most disrespectful, craziest things, and was much more inventive in the things that he did. But as far as just dribbling quality, just the quality of dribble, Ronaldo is the best dribbler I've ever seen because first of all, is Ronaldo's dribbling is right foot and left foot. It's step overs and how close the ball is to his feet because really Messi's dribbling is only his left foot. So he only relies on his left foot, but Ronaldo's dribbling is literally 360. So he uses his entire body, which is just far more impressive. If Cristiano leaves to Juve, would you go for Neymar over Mbappe? Yes. I think Mbappe is a risk. I think if a star like that leaves, you've got to get another star. And I think it is too much to put all that pressure on a 19, 20-year old. It's better to get a 24, 25-year old in Neymar to really be your main guys. I think Neymar would be the safer, wiser, and better choice over Mbappe right now. So yeah, I think you go for Neymar over Mbappe. Let me tell you right now. Neymar offers more than Cristiano. So I think Neymar at Real Madrid, you'll get goals, you'll get a better free kick return percentage, you'll get more over 90 minutes, you'll get creativity, you'll get far more better production on a counter attack. I think Neymar Real Madrid would be very scary. And if you think about, I mean, imagine a front line of Neymar, Isco, or like Aguero, or like a Hurricane, or Lewandowski, or someone like that. That'd be scary. Um, I wouldn't say no, he hasn't. I mean, that's like Neymar's gotten worse after leaving Barca. I disagree. I, I disagree. Okay, this is from the Hitman. What does the future hold for Nigerian football? um, It's very funny that you say that, and I think I might do a video on this. The future is bleak because the Nigerian mentality doesn't want to change. Because as long as the Nigerian mentality remains the way that it is, it's not going to change. I mean, it's going to remain. Nigerian football is going to remain the same, and they're going to be the same issues and problems. But it's funny that you say that, Hitman, because I was having a discussion about Danity about this, and people insulted me when I said that Nigerian football at its peak and its best is similar to Brazilian football. And people are like, oh my god, how can you compare Nigerian football to Brazilian football? Look up the history of Brazil and the history of slavery. Did you know that in Brazil they speak Yoruba in Brazil? And Yoruba is the main language in South Nigeria, where I'm normally based. And in Nigeria, there's a massive Brazilian population. So a lot of the blacks that you see in Brazil, their heritage through slavery comes from Nigeria, from the slaves that were taken from West Africa, specifically Nigeria, over to Brazil for I think the sugarcane industry and everything. So it makes sense that the way that Nigerians play football is similar to Brazil because we are intrinsically linked. You know, so Pele, Garincha, Robinho, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, their links way back traces back to Nigeria through slavery. So when you see how Nigerians dribble and how they play, it's similar to Brazil because genetically Nigerians are the same as the blacks in Brazil. So that's just a little tip. But yeah, look up the Brazilian history, and then you'll see the link there. So I think, but as long as there's corruption, there's favoritism, there's a lack of organization, that friends are being picked rather than meritocracy, that youngsters aren't. I mean, look how England putting in there the young guys too. Like Nigeria have amazing young players, and if most of your senior players are trash, put in the young team. Let them go out there and fail, but this will be a learning experience for them. Put in the young team and just have a few senior players, but put in a young team and let them go out there and play and impose themselves. And those young players, I believe, would have given Croatia a serious game, would have beaten Iceland, and would have beaten Argentina. So there we go. Um, yeah, hits man. You gotta have hope for Nigerian football, but my hope isn't too high when certain people who don't have the best interest of the football at heart are there right now. So from Murador, 10 years from now, how do you think the majority of football fans will view Messi and Cristiano? That would be very interesting. That'll be very interesting. I feel that 10 years from now, um, I think the World Cup is going to hurt Messi and Cristiano. I think YouTube is going to evolve. I do believe that in 10 years' time, especially with what Instagram is doing, you're going to see a rival to YouTube. So you're going to see much more comprehensive and sophisticated video platforms. And I think based on that, people will look at the showreels of Cristiano and Messi. And I think a showreel of Messi's will be far more favorable than a showreel of Cristiano's. I think if a 15-year-old in 10 years' time, like in 2030, if a 15-year-old looks at the showreel of Messi, they'll be like, wow, man, this guy was amazing. But if a 15-year-old looks at the showreel of Cristiano, they'll be like, what? And I think telling a 15-year-old that, man, do you know how many goals that Cristiano and Messi scored? It wouldn't really mean anything to them because a 15-year-old would just be obsessed with the players that are playing right now because of them living right now. So, and because these guys, and I think because the World Cup is such a historic tournament that is given so much focus and so much importance, I think a 15-year-old being told that, yeah, these guys never really won a World Cup, they'll be like, oh, you know. And even if you show them all the Champions Leagues they won, I think basically it's like this. It's almost like this Stefano. Like this. Can you really put the Stefano in the same category as Pele or Maradona? Can you put Cruyff in the same category as Zidane or Beckenbauer? You can't know. So that would be interesting though. But I do believe that showreel was, I think, a showreel in 2030 will be far more favorable to Messi than Cristiano though. Um, Who is winning the Champions League next year? Um, I've got my own Barcelona, man. I think Coutinho is on something, man. I think Coutinho getting bought was definitely huge. You know, it was definitely huge. So, look, guys, tell me. I mean, do you still want me to keep going or what? I mean, how long should I keep going, man? I mean, if you still got questions, I will still be here, man. I will still be here if you still got questions. Um, so tell me if you still want your boy to keep going. Well, I'll keep going, man. Okay, let's see how long we can go, man. Double H. No, that is not. Wait, that is that. Yeah, that's Danny Till. Danny Till. No, that is that is not a messenger. This is okay. To prove to you. Don't worry, I'm not stripping. There we go. Ronaldinho number 10 shirts. Thanks to my boy who gave this to me. So this is to prove to you that this is not a messenger. This is a Ronaldinho shirt when Ronaldinho was the dude. So there we go. All right. Oh, wow. Interesting. All right, let's see what guys are saying. Let's see what guys are saying. Italian question, Sierra. Okay, all right. I think I got another super chat. Yeah, but keep those super chats coming, man. Um, this is from the Hitman again. Will the rest of the world close the gap in the World Cup? Look, man, I think already what you've seen at this World Cup um, is you've been able to see the quality in teams. Look at what Iran did. Morocco almost beat Spain. Iran almost beats Spain. Japan were winning against Belgium 2-0 up. So, and I think that has been the beauty of the World Cup that the so-called inferior teams have been like, no, step off, man. Step off. We're gonna ride and we're gonna ride through. So I think that is a sea change that is happening at this the smaller teams are definitely closing the gap on the bigger teams. So packed smiles, I'm not touching that. Okay. Because if I say anything, I will get in trouble because this is the era of hashtag me too. So in the era of hashtag me too, I am not saying anything. And Danny T, guys, look, I'm not saying anything. This is hashtag me too. If I say anything right now, I'm gonna be vilified and then destroyed. So have at it. Um, so people okay ask me this, and I think maybe I need to do a video on this, but I'll answer you. So, do you ever take off your sunglasses? And the answer is no. And the reason and people say, okay, why do you never take off your sunshades? First of all, I don't. I'm an introvert. I don't. So I wouldn't want to be stopped around in the streets and anything because I mean I don't really do well in public. So that's what this was to really keep my identity so I can go out in the streets and just like be normal and people won't recognize me as well. And also as well as like for me, I don't want this. I don't see myself as a YouTube personality. I see myself as a football analyst, and I think that to do that, I keep my face concealed. So therefore, you're just concentrating on the content. So it's not just me with funny faces, just me concentrating on the content. And also, this is my alter ego. Without the shades, I'm some other dude, that just hustles on the side. But with the shades, I'm half up. And if you didn't know, my name Half Hope comes from my Halo 2 Xbox Live username. So my username on Xbox Live is Half Hope, but Half Hope was born through Halo 2 Xbox Live. So that's how it came to be. Um Because Morocco was the best team in their group. For me, it's weird to say that. I think it's a toss between Morocco and Iran. I would say no, Iran were really good. I thought that Iran sort of got lucky against Morocco, but Iran against Spain and Portugal were quality. I think Iran's performance was absolutely incredible against those two teams. Absolutely incredible. Um, I don't know what Sophie is. I played the sixth. I played the sixth. Um, Leo or that's funny. I'm a semi-retired actor. So on the side, I actually do act. And I actually started out as an actor, you know, and I still do act. So, but I call myself a semi-retired actor. So that's how I flow. Um, has England surprised you at this World Cup? They have. So the England have been trash and garbage the last few World Cups. Last time England were anywhere towards quality was probably 98. Well, yeah, 98 was that's where like okay, they look decent. But what has surprised me the most are the young team and just how assured they are and how relaxed they are on the ball. Because England are always nervous, always like to hoof the ball up. So I've been very surprised by the relaxation that the English guys have. And I think what has helped is lack of pressure. I don't think they feel the weight of the pressure that the other guys who flopped did. So I think that has definitely been interesting. Xbox One. I definitely use the 360 for a long. If the 360 is arguably one of the best video game consoles of all time. Guys, come on, hit me with some video game questions, man. I'll answer you on that. I need to get back on God of War. But yeah, I now have an Xbox One, but I would say that the 360 is a far superior console. And I'll say this right now: best console of all time, PS2. Okay, when it says the PS2 is the greatest console of all time. The greatest console of all time. I'm a crap gamer, by the way. Just to tell you, I am horrible at gaming, but I love RPGs. RPGs are my main thing. I will not reveal my real name. Thank you very much. What's on the old Xbox Live? Have you played GFC 1893? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Um, mm-mm. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey, man. That's a great comment. Look, man. I mean, I'm always appreciative of the stuff that you guys put out there. Because again, like, look, man. As I said again, I have been obsessed with football since I was 7 years old. Since I was 7 years old, I've been obsessed with football. I think I've owned every single football management game. You know, so LMA manager, FA manager, Premier manager, Championship manager, FIFA. I've owned every single management game, and literally there were times when I would just obsess with tactics and formation. So I've always been obsessed with tactics and formation since I was 10, 11 years old. So it's very weird. It is very weird. Like most 10 or 11-year-olds, you think, why are you obsessed with formation? So, but I was obsessed with management games. So I've just been an obsessive guy analytically talking about football, dreaming about it. I literally think about football every day. So it's just one of those things that look, man, it's just an obsession that I have, man. It's just an obsession that I have. Angel, what do you think of Mood Music 3? Joe Budden. I need to listen to Joe Budden's other stuff because I think Joe Budden's debut album was amazing, and I think Fire is an underrated track. So, but Joe Budden's so-called last album because he's retired was damn good. I think that is his best album, like his retirement album. So, that's actually very very funny, man. Um, do you hate any football teams or players? I mean, the cannibal annoys me because he eats people and he's racist. Ramos sometimes annoys me because he thinks he's cool. Cristiano annoys me because he's arrogant. Apart from that, yes, I think those are the really good guys that rub me the wrong way. John Terry really pissed me off. Are you rich? No. I'm semi poor. I'm semi poor. Um, Do you play Fortnite? No, I play Halo. Like Fortnite isn't my thing. I'll try to get into it. I want to play. I think it's PUBG Player Underground something something. That looks cool. I think Fortnite's for me. Like I want to at least try it, but I'm a Halo guy. I've played almost every single Halo game. The last Halo game was complete trash. I threw it away after like an hour or so. But I still play Halo Reach online. So that literally whenever I just need some downtime to relax, I go on Halo Reach online. Like, but for me, the best online game of all time, Halo 2 online, unbeaten. FIFA. I used to be a FIFA guy a long time ago, but I moved to Pro. I think I dropped FIFA after FIFA 16 or 17. But yeah, FIFA is not my thing. It's just not like. I mean, I can play FIFA. I'll still beat your ass on FIFA still. Give me the right team or the right tactics, I'll beat you. But Pro is my thing. Like, if you give me the right team on Pro, man, yeah, man, it's over, man. I'm not revealing my age. Sorry, thank you. Um, Best Final Fantasy game. It's seven. It has to be seven. I mean, that's the cheesy answer, but it's seven because seven just had the best story, the most imaginative story, and I just think it was the one that really broke new ground. And that game is long, man. I'm not even sure that I actually finished the whole thing. That game is long, but yeah, for sure. The Godfather or Shawshank? Shawshank. Godfather is an amazingly well made and everything, but I would say Shawshank Redemption is the chick movie for men. So basically, it's like a chick movie. Like, you can't not like Shawshank Redemption. I met some guys who don't really like Godfather. I don't think anybody exists who doesn't like Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank Redemption is just one of those films where you can't not like it, and you can't not be emotionally affected by that film. So oh, go ahead, man. Yeah, yeah, man. Pax add me on Xbox One for sure, man. Add me up. So if you're on Xbox One, I'm half hope. On PlayStation, the thing that I only have an Xbox Live account. I don't have a PlayStation Live account. But yeah, if you're on Xbox One, add me up. I'm half hope. And I'll see where you guys are playing. Because if France lose against Uruguay, Uruguay will be the 2018 World Cup winner. This game will be special. Yeah, like for me, I mean, if Uruguay gets past, I mean, if Uruguay gets past France and Brazil gets past Belgium, that'll be that. That'll be a quality South American affair. You know, that'll be a quality South American final. Um, all right, let me get this dude the hell out of here, man. What can I? All right. That's funny. Sterling isn't a vampire, but he does suck. Interesting, an interesting pun. Worst game you've ever played? Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2. That is the worst. That's probably one of the worst games ever made. That was a horrible game. I think that game lasted about a minute. Because it was a two-player game, so I played it with my brother. We didn't get past maybe 2 minutes because in the game you can't control your guy. Your guy is constantly moving, so all you can do is control where the bullets go. Absolutely horrendous disgrace of a game. Why do you hope that Sweden lose? That's a bit harsh. Um, did you play for a team when you were a child? I was sort of let's see, when I was in Switzerland, I was sort of like not really scattered, but I think people like servers were like looking at a few people. This is when I was like really, really young. But when I left Switzerland, servers actually offered me a chance to actually play in an exhibition game. But I'd already left Switzerland. So I think the closest I came to playing for like a team was when servers offered me a chance to pretty much be in a team. And that's when I had incredible standing because that's when I was actually on my cross country team. So literally, I was like the kind of Mikelele Vieira where like literally could run up and down, and I just had an amazing engine and lungs and everything. And I think I still have the Servet's letter that he sent me, man. So you ever thought of being a football manager? Yeah, man, I did. I mean, I always what I really want to do is coach kids. That's what I really want to do. Just like have a bunch of kids and just coach them. And just really teach them things. I mean, I would love just to teach kids how to be technically good at football, good on the ball, and just really improve their football acumen. So yeah, that would be something that I think would be really, really, really cool to do. For sure. Um, do you think you could be a professional football manager? No, I don't think I'll be able to be given the time and place. So I think I can try and be a coach, but as a professional football manager, no. I mean, and also like I think dealing with the pressure would be too much. Um, yes, I'm watching Power this season. And if You leave me in a room with Tariq, it'll be dangerous. All I want is 1 minute with Tariq in a room. He has to rank as possibly one of the most annoying characters of all time. Like, there are very few characters that I hate more than Tariq, and people who watch Power will know. Very, very, very annoying. Um, okay, I'm not touching that question. Hashtag me too. Pro or FIFA? Pro, man. It's only pro. I think FIFA looks better, looks nicer, is much glossier. Pro Evo is the better. It has the better gameplay. I'm sorry, Pro Evo just has simply the better gameplay. Um, easily the better gameplay. Hi HH, how do you see Ronaldinho's legacy considering Brazil's disappointment in 2006? That hurts Ronaldinho. It hurts him because I think 2006 Brazil had the best team. Brazil were the clear favorites, and that was Ronaldinho at his peak, Kaká at his peak, and emerging Robinho. They still had Ronaldo, they still had Cafu, they still had Robbie Carlos, and the fact that they didn't get it done yet, that was yeah. But at the same time, he still won a World Cup, you know, and he still played a key role in that World Cup win in 2002, an assist and a G in the game against England. So, what can you say? My issue with Jackson, look, that's just too long. I mean, watch the video. 2K. I didn't play the latest 2K. I was actually gonna buy the latest NBA 2K game, but apparently they said it wasn't very good. But I'm a huge actually I love career mode. I love career mode in sports games. Halo 3 was trash. Complete and also crap. Um I've not played Until Dawn. What's that about? Favorite meal is a Nigerian delicacy, pounded yam and egusi soup. Great pounded yam and egusi soup made well is the greatest meal of all time. An absolutely incredible meal. Superb, superb. So that is my favorite meal of all time. Have you ever thought of quitting YouTube? Yes, many times. Many times, because like obviously, oh, yeah, like there are many times where I just like, look, man, this is engrossing, this is too much. Not really getting those views. Because remember, I've been doing this since 2010, and I started this when I was really, really young. I was really, really young, hopeless. My life was sort of in disarray. We didn't really have a clear direction, So at times where it's like, look, man, what's the point of me doing this? But I think I've grown older. I've been a lot more much mature. I think I've been a lot more smarter in the right kind of content that I want to put out there. And I think what I've actually learned is that people just want to just know stuff about you. Because I always think to myself that why the hell do people want to know about anything other than football about me? But there are people who are like, oh wow, you want to know stuff beyond football. I just want to know about you. But again, I told you I'm an introvert. I don't really reveal that much stuff about myself, So I'm like, look, if it's non-football related, I don't really know what else to say. But that's something that you pretty much just learn, So what else are we saying here? Yeah, I like to be a scout. Tupac or Biggie? Biggie was the better rapper. Tupac had the more impactful songs. I think Tupac made more impactful. So I think Tupac was the better poet. Biggie was the better and better skilled rapper, and it's as simple as that. Uh, get a strap. Um, where do you rank football in life? It's up there for footballers. Actually, my main things in life are football and films, and they're literally neck and neck. They're literally neck and neck. Like my passion for football, and my passion for films are literally like this. So they're pretty much identical. So because again, I'm like a film encyclopedia. So I'm obsessed with films and I'm obsessed with for football as well. Um, yeah, what the Golden State are doing is just completely and utterly ridiculous, man. Belgium is not that good. Belgium is that good. Their defense may be dodgy, but like, look, Japan are a quality team, and to come from 2-0 down to beat them shows Belgium's quality. And I think remember, Hazard 2 years ago was not really that guy. I think Hazard is really getting up onto that thing. I remember that goal for Fellaini, Hazard crossed it with his left foot, and that was a quality cross with his weaker foot. So Belgium have some weapons, man, both on the pitch and on the bench. Um, Thank you. I watch it just for the football. Thank you. So that's what I'm good for. Jokes, jokes, jokes. Um, so as I said, do you secretly hate Carl from Talking Tactics? No, 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 no. I love Carl. We just have a difference in opinion. I think we literally view for football very, very differently. Hence why Danny T is very important. And real guys, I keep telling you guys, man, Talking Tactics, man. Subscribe to it. It's like the weekly thing on Danny T. He's the main guy that pretty much edits and chops everything up. So he's like the head honcho of that whole thing, man. So it's definitely something that you guys should be in. I think with me and Carl, I think it's good because we are we have very different personalities. We've got very different characters. And sometimes we clash, but I think that is good and it makes for great content on the Talking Tactics thing, So because he's very stubborn in his views and I'm very stubborn in my views. So, I'll never back down in my views ever because I'm a very, very stubborn guy. And he's also very stubborn. So I think it's good to see our different points of a view. Um, um, Ball, yeah, what's it called? I said again, like my position was central midfield. Hence why I told you like the thing I love the most in football is the through ball. Like there's nothing that brings more joy to me than a through ball. Like a quality through ball for me gives me more joy than an amazing goal. Like because a through ball is such a tough technical skill to master that I just love when people execute it so well. So that's why I admire Pirlo, Xavi, Ray Riquelme, Seedorf, and everything because those are guys that played the position that I played when I was in school and so forth. So and also yeah, I was on my basketball team a long time ago. 3-point shooting was my thing. Tyson for me, I think Tyson was the most fearsome, scariest boxer of all time. Um, and for me, I take Tyson over Ali. I think Ali is great and everything, and maybe I mean, was Ali better skilled than Peak Tyson? Remember, Peak Tyson was strong, was technically proficient, had amazing defense, superb movement, um, a killer punch, knockout power, amazing boxing IQ. Peak Tyson was refracting and 18 to win the heavyweight championship at 18. It's basically it's Pele-esque. I think if Tyson had maybe been more consistent, people will talk about him more. But even if he wasn't that consistent, the reason why people talk about Tyson now, despite his consistency, is because of his impact. And that's why it's early the same thing about the GOATs. It's moments. Like that short moments, short time span that he had still stays in people's minds. Like what's it called? Sugar Ray Leonard had a much better career than him. Rocky Marciano had a much better career than him. But people put Tyson over Rocky Marciano and Sugar Ray and people because of just that impact that he had. Um, Tyson beats everybody that you throw up against him when he was at his peak. And then when he had all the trouble behind with him and his manager and so forth, that is when I think Tyson at his peak without any distractions beats anybody. Anybody. Um, Liverpool looks scary. Okay, I wouldn't say scary. I think scary is pushing it, but Liverpool look very interesting. I think sorry, Liverpool have definitely been the most active and the most interesting um in the transfer market. So I think they definitely look really good. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna head out man very soon because I need to chop some food. So any last few questions or super chats, get them to me right now before I hitchhike. Um, Liverpool, how Karius isn't in Siberia baffles me. You know, Karius should literally be sleeping in Siberia right now. Like, how the hell are you still keeping Karius? You know, how the hell are you still keeping Karius? That just amazes me. The guy's a brick. Like, the guy showed you that he transcended to godlike brick status in a. I mean, how do you make two howlers in a Champions League final and you blame it on concussion? Um, so that's no man. I don't know. I don't know how that works. So that's just crazy, man. All right, guys, man. I'm out of there. I will see you again tomorrow, man. I think we'll do another YouTube live again tomorrow at the same time, same bad channel. Stay good. Don't be too good. Peace out. Stay true. Stay black.